guys, it's RCK and I'm glad to have you back here again today. As far as the video goes for this episode, we're going to be going over the next set of turns for the EA Caelum series that I have going on. We will be covering turn 45, 46, 49, and 50. Yes, that is correct. I did miss saving turn 47 and 48. Thankfully enough, there was not anything very serious going on, just lots of troop movement, site searching, summoning, and I will go over what was made before and after, of course. So really enough, there wasn't really anything that was that will be too left out that you will notice too much, but we will go ahead and start on turn 45. If you remember from last episode, we didn't really have a whole lot going on. We had no current wars. We were just doing a whole lot of site searching and a whole lot of summoning to get us ready. If you remember, Satis was sitting on one of the thrones near us, one that we wanted. We still currently have a nap with them, and they also are very close to a lot of other thrones, so we will be keeping an eye on that. Agartha is at war with Helheim. Vanheim have been speaking to lately about joining a war with us against Satis. Ermor is still in their capital, and I believe as far as nations go, that is it. So looking here, Satis is still sending us 81 gold and 1 death gem for owning that province that was supposed to be ours. Finished enchantment level 6, so, oh yeah, finished enchantment level 7, and then we'll be researching conjuration 6. Corpseman construct, casting transformation. If you notice here, we have a bear and a lion, much stronger chassis. Yes, they are undisciplined, but that is not the purpose we're going to be using them for in battle. These are going to be remote casters. They're going to be casting out of castles, and then having a very, very high hit pool of around 40 for the bear, I think, and like almost 30 for the lion. They'd be very safe in castles, since one of them does have a global enchantment on them. More castings of corpse constructs. Lots of magic sites not found here. I'm trying our best to get to more fire and then trying to finish up our death searching. It says still none there. So we have a battle against Independence here in the sea, and I did not want to click on it because I knew it wasn't going to be much of a battle. 71 units against 6. We did take the Sea Troll Initiative Adept province in the water, and that is the small lake beside my capital, if anyone remembers. It felt like we didn't really need to watch that battle, and the same goes for the Misty Forest. This is us just taking back some land that Ermor has taken from us. This is probably 6 PD right here, so nothing to watch against 140. There was a chance that he could have moved one of his armies in, so just wanted to be sure that we did not take any unnecessary casualties. Next, we do have a battle here in the blue water. Now, this is us attacking Agartha and some of his little lake provinces. And here again, we do take significant losses, but we do end up taking the province. Long Dead and Corpse Constructs are just not good underwater, unfortunately, but it was enough to take the province. And there was a temple that was swiftly raised, so not too bad. But if you remember, Agartha is pretty much contained to his capital at this point by Helheim, and that is why we are taking these provinces from him. A few unexpected events here: unrest, income, tax. Nothing particularly too good. We have a scout that got caught by some patrolling units here. I believe this is... Let's go and look, actually. Okay, this is actually a throne that was taken this turn. If you guys remember, this was the throne that had all of the centaurs and stuff in it. We do not get to see the battle, unfortunately. Maybe it was taken last turn and he's patrolling this turn, and we just didn't have eyes on it, which we should have had eyes on it. I'm not sure. Maybe that was in the last episode. I don't quite remember what the last turn completely was. But at the end of the day, he does control this throne now. So he does only have the inner throne, but I think he has this throne. Yep, he does have 134. So this is the inner throne here. Not particularly sure on what 37 is. But he does have a 39 in his area of influence, so he will definitely be taking that. And then on top of that, 41 is also his. So very, very close to having a throne victory. Very scary, but at the same time, if you guys remember, I do own the throne on 135, I do own the throne on 92, and I do own the throne on 141. So we are in a very, very similar situation here. I don't have as many thrones as him since he does, he doesn't control the fourth one, but he does own three, and the fourth one's very easy for him to take, whereas I only own three. But the only difference is my three does consist of the level 3 throne and then 2 level 2, so it does require me to have one less throne at the end of it. As far as the troop movement and everything else goes, I'm flying some of these fire mages to go ahead and try to get a higher fire income. Yes, I could cast Phoenix Pyre at this point. Not Phoenix Pyre. Might be Phoenix Pyre. Whichever enchantment is where you get 20 fire gems a turn. And I could do the same for earth gems, but honestly enough, I just don't need them. I feel like at that point that global is just like a win more global. It's not going to really help me win the game at this point, just due to the fact of how much I have. My income's already great, and I don't really need them to that extent. Yes, having more fire gems to make things like lightless lanterns would be great, but if we look at research here, I mean, 2200, yeah, it's not great, but as far as my research goes, I have just about every research goal that I want. So honestly enough, it's not something that's particularly needed. As far as my troop movement, you won't see much of any. I have a lot of patrolling, researching. I am summoning a Sea, or I am casting Sea King's Court, so that will give me a Sea King or a Sea Troll, which was a Water 3 mage on a Troll chassis, so pretty decent. Lots of Sight Searchers moving around here and there. This Mound Fiend, yeah, Mound King, not Mound Fiend, is moving into the swamp to then move. I should have probably changed that PD. Might have been a mistake, might not have. To then move from that swamp up to 58 to take that last lake from Agartha. We do see here that Agartha has a relatively large army in their capital still, being Penumbrals, Silguards, Great Alms, Earth Elementals, Magma Children, which they have a lot of, and they do have their God too, which is a monolith. So very, very strong force here. I feel like Helheim will definitely have their hands full, but at the same time, Agartha has been trapped in their capital for so long. They were so resource constrained. I feel like Helheim should be able to take it, but we will have to see. But as far as the large troop movements go, we don't have any at the moment. We still have a nap with Satis. I actually accidentally cast the wrong thing. I cast Awakened Tree Lord. And like this province over here, I thought was odd because I was supposed to be casting Ivy King or something. I mean, I'll show you what this makes next turn, but I was supposed to be making a chassis that actually walks, not one that is immobile. So that was a mistake on my part, but we do make 27 nature gems a turn, so it's not too big of a deal. Our bear, pretty decent map movement, being able to move about 2 or 3 provinces a turn, depending with a map move of 22. So not too bad, but we will definitely be moving him up into these higher forts up here. As far as the other castles and things go, very basic. We're doing some patrolling in the high unrest provinces. I know we have about 1 or 2, maybe a few more, a few places, but yeah, we were just having a bunch of bad events going on and a very high unrest. As far as the items being made, I think I'm still making endless bags of wine. Other than that, nothing much. I'm really focusing on summons at this point to add into my armies. Other than that, just having all these other movement points are just sight searchers moving around, so not too big of a deal. We are still making a castle over here in 135 to secure that throne that we have, and yeah, that'll be about it for this turn. Still making corpse constructs, even though they're really bad. They're kind of decent chaff, so it's not too bad. Actually, let us look at their strength. Yeah, honestly enough, corpse constructs, even though they're incredibly weak, they do have a 2.3 siege strength. Even though most Caelum troops have very, very high siege strength, it's still nice to just have chaff walking along with you. Yeah, I mean, a regular Spiderhorn warrior has a siege strength of 2, but still. So that would be all for turn 45, and we'll be heading over to turn 46. And then if you remember correctly, we won't be having turn 47 and 48 because we will be skipping those. Like I said, I didn't have them. Continue. I do actually have a lot more save games, but I don't save them on this computer. I just send them over on my email and download them. So, because if not, I'd just be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and looking for turns. But actually, these are the only few games I save on this computer, regardless. But like these Caelum ones, I just send them over. And then this is turn 46. Still receiving money from Satis. Conjuration was completed. I believe that was level 8. No, 7 to 8. So we finished 7. Troll King's Court. I forgot I was casting Troll King's Court. Actually, that was actually happening in the capital, if I do remember correctly. And then we have the Awakened Tree Lord, which we'll go and look, and we have our Sea King's Court. We do find a magic site over here, a mountain crater that might be a fire site, but I'll have to check. And as far as that, other than that, we did not find any other magic sites. But we do have a few battles here. We'll watch the first one. Oh, this is just a underwater battle, and it's going to be the Long Dead and the Corpse Constructs versus this little bit of Independence here. We'll just put it on fast forward. That regeneration is just too much for us. And it looks like our commander has left because our troops are falling apart. And that is it. It's just not meant for us to be taking these underwater provinces, unfortunately. It's very, very heavy losses. Very, very unlucky. So, we'll have to come back to this, of course. So we have a battle here in Agartha. A very big battle that is going on. I believe this is a big battle that's going on. I believe Agartha was patrolling in this. And we'll definitely watch and we will talk about it. That's the Helheim Force. Nope, he is not patrolling. Never mind. For some reason I thought he was patrolling. So that's just one PD versus the Helheim Force. And looking at this stuff, we have these mounted herdmen. We have a lot of the Hell Herdlings in the very middle being his sacreds. And if I remember correctly, this is going to be his blessed here, magic weapons, shock resistance, poison resistance, fire resistance, cold resistance. So a very heavy resistance bless on top of revigoration, HP +1, dark surge, and dark vision. He should have gone with more HP because they already had Spirit Sight that I thought, yeah. Unless I messed up somewhere. But so that's interesting. Lots of mages here coming along with us, of course, as a smasher. And we do see his pretender as well. Very interesting. So he is going all out on this. Just looking at that. See just a nice rainbow. Not sure what he's going to be casting because he only has 2 Earth Gems. Not entirely sure. I expect these mages to have a lot more gems, but there is a strong possibility that he has a sneaking unit that has all the gems on them. If not, I think that could be a bad thing on his part, because what if Agartha was patrolling at this point here and caught his army with no gems? Very, very dangerous. So I don't think we'll be seeing any important spells being cast here. Just Phantasmal Warriors and Horde of Skeletons, it seems. Other than that, I mean, they made short work of this 1 PD. 21 defense skill, combat speed 26, protection 11, attack skill 15. Very interesting, very interesting. So we do just get to see the composition of Helheim's army here. 38 herdmen, 72 Hell Herdlings, a whole lot of sacreds he's brought, 19 Van Jarls, 7 Van Hurst is a trickster. I did not see this trickster when I was looking in there. I believe this is a hero for Helheim for the Worthy Heroes mod. But Blood 3, Air 3, Fire 3, very good. Probably can cast some very nice blood spells here. Queen of the Underworld, did not see this when I looked either. Another blood. For Carl's. Anger dots. Very expensive. 2-turn cap. Mages here, he's got 10 of them. Holy shit. So that's 20 turns worth of recruitment. I believe they are cap only. I will go and check them at his god, and then a dis. Let me go and check if those are, well, I will check once we finish the report, of course. Don't want to give anything away. So we have another battle here, and this is Satis fighting in a throne that he controls, or a throne area. So we will be seeing what he will be bringing to the battle for this little bit of throne here. Lots of shadows and these shades here, along with barbarian. So interesting composition. Shade beasts are always kind of annoying. Surprised that this province actually is not in a cave. Just due to the fact of all these units having dark power. And then we have this Titan chassis here. A very interesting Death 8, wondering what she's going to do. And then as far as Satis goes, kind of a normal composition as far as his army goes. We're seeing a lot less chariots at this point and moving towards a lot more falchineers. Elite warriors in the back. Was that a Bane Lord? Yep, it was a Bane Lord. Trying to see lots of shamans here in the middle. I'm sure they're going to be doing things like communion slaves, whereas these crystal sorceresses are going to be communion masters casting thunderstrike. Probably not. Yeah, probably thunderstrike. So lightning bolt. See some of his sacred serpents that he's bringing along. See a holy 2, but these purple coats are the holy 3s. After that, we do notice that he has a flame spirit with it. It really makes me wonder what he's doing with his flame spirit due to the fact of it not having any gems at this point on it. So not sure quite what was going on here and why he's in the middle, because his fire shield could possibly spread to these units or spread to these mages in the front whenever these units are passing by. So not entirely sure what's going on here. And then lots of the reborn here in the very front. There's a shrunken reborn. Interesting. I was wondering, it just looks so small. But, you know, they're going to be casting a horde of skeletons. And I feel like that is about his basic script. And here we go, the horde of skeletons cast. Communion masters on the crystal sorceresses. Phoenix power. So going up to Fire 4, still wondering on what he's going to cast. Lots of communion slaves on these shamans. Natural storm goes up, or just storm. More horde of skeletons. Thunder strikes coming down from the sorceress. And I think that's going to be it as far as battlefield spells. Pull from the Grave, Cloud of Death. Who's casting Cloud of Death? The Pretender back here is, but it seems like they're not really using their gems at all. Very interesting. They could have cast something like Darkness that probably could have been very helpful for them. Pull from the Grave. And it even seems like these castings of Cloud of Death, like they're not really even hitting anything. Very bad. Solar rays being cast by the Satis army. Horde of Skeleton Steel. Looks like some of them have woken up a little bit. They will normally stay around 100, and then once they drop below, they'll do another casting, pushing them up to over 100 again, falling back to sleep. And the battle is closing up. All of the units are routing down this hill. Very interesting. I like the terrain here going on. It looks like we'll be closing this up very shortly. me a sip of water. I always thought it was interesting how the Satis units, they had their little lizard, long dead or skeletons. If you want to see it, this is what it looks like. So very, very cool. Kind of another large battle to watch. And then we have a battle here with Satis versus Ermor. We'll go ahead and watch that as well. And they are breaching this castle. Lots of even more reborn here in the front, but could be very dangerous for the reborn just due to the fact of the archers. So possibly could have positioned the reborn farther back along with his mage corps farther back. So they just possibly could have been out of range, but I don't know. Maybe possibly putting the elite warriors in front, or a small group of elite warriors, just so that'd be enough HP there for the archers to actually target the elite warriors. Possibly could have been a thing. Or even charioteers in front and have them on attack closest. Very basic as far as the composition goes. This is very similar to the army we just watched, but I will go over and look at the Ermor army here. So we have a lot of these augurs. This is probably his research corps here. A whole lot of them, and then a whole lot of the Rorius. Basically like the Velite, not Velite. Might be like a Velite type unit, like a very new spearman with a javelin. What else do we see here? A nature 1. A centurion over there, it seems. Yep, a centurion. This is the one I wanted to look at, but I saw it as soon as I rolled over, but I wanted to make sure and look through everything. He does have a Holy 3, Earth 1, Water 1. Now this is a summon I believe Ermor has. I'd have to look it up. Very interesting parts to the mage paths here. But he does have a Thistle Mace on it, so that honestly it's just a nature 2. But he does have 4 nature gems. Really wonders. It really makes me wonder what he can cast. Maybe Howl. He might be going for a Howl cast here. I highly doubt he wants to do Foul Vapors, or he can do Serpent's Blessing. It's a possibility that that's what he's doing. So definitely keep an eye on him. And then we have a long line of these units, probably on hold and fire closest. All these javelins here. And then you have a good amount of slings up in the wall. So should do some decent damage, but of course these harder skeletons are going to be blocking up the wall. So many things being cast right now. Anti-magic, and yes, that unit is casting Howl. Storm was put up by one of the sorceresses. The skeletons are in at this point. Slingers are firing down. Thunder strikes are hitting. Units are relatively blobbed up, so those thunder strikes are going to be dealing a lot of damage to those squares. Looks like we're on hold and fire. What else has came up? So it looks like Satis has also put up Howl at this point. It would seem that the wolves are going after I don't even know what's going on. I don't know who controls Howl at that point. Possibly the last caster. No, actually, it looks like both of them can control it. For some reason, I thought if someone else cast it, maybe they controlled it, or the first person cast it. But no, that's incorrect. They both are using Howl at this point, I think. Ooh. Blasting away here, Flame of Eruption. Doing a good job of clearing out that chaff that was there at the front. All that's left up here are the slingers on the wall, so we will be looking back here. Lots of fireball casting, incinerate, mind burns being cast by the shamans, healing light. Oof, another flame of eruption. I wish he would cast that a little bit closer when they were closer. They have a Bane coming in. Done a lot of damage there with those flames of eruption, but I wish these units were a lot more clumped up. He's also dealing a good bit of friendly fire with these spells when they get close enough. Yeah. And it looks like this is about to be the end of Ermor. And I believe this is the throne, actually. Yep, this is the throne that is over by us. So, Ermor put up a pretty good fight here. Overall, Satis lost 69 elite warriors, 6 chariots, 6 falchineers, a reborn, and a crystal sorceress. So very, very nice. Glad he was able to deal some damage in the end. So other than that, we just have some events going on. Not too big of a deal. We're trying to get rid of some of that unrest. Lots of troop movement being moved up. We have our bear that holds our enchantment being moved up, and he is going all the way to Colossa. So very, very high map movement. Very interesting. Yeah, he can move all the way there. Wow. Other than that, our Eagle Kings are moving out with the armies. We're casting Call Fravishi. Now, what this is, I believe it's a Astral 3 Holy 3, or it might be Astral 2 Holy 3. But regardless, that's what we're going to be sending to our thrones to claim them. Because 2 of our thrones aren't actually claimed at the moment. So we'll be sending our God, and we'll be sending these Fravishi. And I believe we will make 2 more of these before on turn 57 or 58, but we will be having 2 more, of course. Our Troll King, we gave him winged shoes, and he will be moving out with the army as well. Other than that, the lion is also moving out, the Great Lion. Keeping these armies over here just due to the fact that they're already close to a throne and we don't need to move them anywhere. These, we're using the Sea King to cast another Sea King's Court, making some more boots, making another Troll King Court, or casting another Troll King's Court to make another Troll King. Because we will be having 2 separate armies moving out here, one to go after the throne on 41 and the other to go after the throne on 37. But yeah, Satis is dangerously close to winning. He owns 37, he owns 39, he owns 134, and now he owns 41. So that puts him at 4 thrones. And honestly, there are some thrones that are relatively close to him. Like this one right here, if he goes after Satis, he's close to that one. He's kind of close. Well, not particularly close to any of mine, but he'd have to work. He'd probably have to go to war with another player, possibly, to get through. So interesting. But yeah, just moving some troops over to 8 and 140 to kind of start getting them in position before we actually attack. Even though he does control this underwater provinces, I was trying to keep them a province away. Maybe he thought I was doing something else, and I'm not sure. But I know he definitely can't see this stuff here unless he has a scout over here, which he possibly does. So not too bad. And then as far as that, I told you what some of the spells we're going to be casting on turn 47, 48. And what we're going to be doing is just lots and lots of troop movement. Because actually on turn 47, we do message Satis and end our nap with him. So it's a nap 3, so 47, 48, 49. 47, 48, 49. And then I think our moves are sent on turn 49 and we attack on 50. I believe that's what it is, or we might do it next turn, or it might have been this turn we end our nap and everything happens one turn sooner. I'm not entirely sure. I don't quite remember the timeline of that, but we will definitely see it as we look through these turns. So that was basically what's going on. Did I find any sites, actually? Yeah, I did find a site, and I wanted to check that. Yeah, Mountain Crater. And I also wanted to check the Helheim units. Yeah, these units naturally come with Spirit Sight. So, I guess, I mean, no reason to take the low light vision. Not sure why he wanted it. Possibly there could have been a reason, but I'm not sure. So, not too big of a deal. Just thought it was interesting. So we'll be heading over to turn 49 now. In turn, continue old game, turn 49, Caelum. Corpse Constructs. We are casting Woven Winter. I believe it's an evocation spell. Might be an alteration or enchantment spell. Can't remember. I will have to look. But what it does is it's going to turn the provinces in, or it's going to turn a province cold. It's going to turn the temperature scales cold. So that is what we're currently casting. We found a magic site in Flower Meadow Forest, a circular stone. This is actually a very nice spell, being a evocation bonus site. So very cool. We've been finding so many bonus sites. We had the enchantment, conjuration, and now the evocation. I don't remember if we had one more or not. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But very interesting. We found that. Then we have a battle here, and we'll go ahead and watch it. This is us finally taking the underwater province. I felt like we were very cursed and not getting it because we waited for so long, and then we just lost so many undead troops to try to take it. I think this might have been a mercenary group, but I could have recruited these as well. I'm not entirely sure. And that is the last of them. And let me check if that was a mercenary group. Yes, it was. So finally taking the last bit of water here, and I mean, pretty decent amount of gold, about 250 there. So pretty nice. Definitely could have wanted to take both of these. Took that other province from Agartha that we spoke about. Now, yeah, turn 49. Yeah, so yeah, we are sending our attack orders this turn. Okay. Still lots of movement as far as everything in the capital goes. We're moving everything to throne 135. Satis tries to throw me off of it. As far as the site searchers, they're moving in the castle. Some of them are still site searching, actually. So make sure you don't stop that. Everything from these forts are being moved into this province here, being dethroned in 92, just due to the fact that maybe he might try to mine hunt or do some kind of special shit to try to get rid of my god here before I claim my throne or any of my other units. That's why I'm twice boarding him. Other than that, just moving a lot of units in here to try to cover these thrones just in case. As far as what's going on over here, a very interesting battle plan. So we have our main army here, which I will go over the scripts, but we have all these lesser armies attacking every province around the throne, just in case that he has a army over here in any way, and he's moving them to this throne just in case. If he's able to get there in one turn, having on all the provinces around it, not only will it help if he was patrolling and they retreat, but I think they're retreating to the castle regardless. But it will take his units even longer to get there. It will cost them more map move due to them moving through unfriendly province. So that is one of the reasons why I'm doing that. I'm just trying to get some raiding in with these provinces over here by these two small groups. As far as what is going on this side, like I said, trying to condense everything to 135 to protect it. We have a large army here pushing up to the throne on 137. These two are also moving in along with some stuff from the capital. So we do have a lot more stuff moving in than what's in that right there. And like I said, here are the, yeah, they are, well, actually, no, actually they're Air 3 Astral 2s, Holy 3s, but they have Starshine Skullcap, so I'm pushing them up to Astral 3s. And I gave that one a water bottle just because I had it. But they are going to be the ones claiming the thrones. I have one here. I should have one here. Yep, there's one here moving in. I have my god in 92. 141 is already claimed, and I also have one over here in 135. I'm ready to claim. So the large force is moving in on 37. Large amount of force is moving in on 41. So gonna be very, very strong. Very, very good. Have some battles here. We'll see if he's patrolling or not, what he's got ready. We're also doing the same tactic here at 26 and 46 to see if we can go ahead and take them, just to kind of stop movement a little bit if we can. And we're also casting Call of Winds onto 29, which is a remote spell attack that will use birds to attack 29. So that is what I have going on there. We are casting Call of Winds, yet from this unit here. We'll have a Wailing Winds unit moving in. We'll just look at that. So yeah, we have the Wailing Winds unit moving in. We have some units moving in that will hold the gems for other units if they decide to patrol and we lose gems. This is just kind of chaff we've got from the troll events or troll castings. I'm casting Woven Winter. We're casting Aerofin and Anti-Magic with this unit here. And also one that's moving in to claim the throne. Let's actually look and see Woven Winter here. So it costs 5 water gems. Caster curses a distant province with a dramatic fall in temperature. The mage can target any province of his choice, and those affected will not know who cast the spell upon them. So, very good, of course. We definitely want to fight in cold at any point, and we definitely don't want to be fighting in heat, because at that point they'll have the advantage on us. So very, very nice spell to have there. Only a water 3 spell to cast. 5 gems, not too bad. We do make 16 gems per turn, and then if you count the 2 Sea Kings that we have, they are gem generators. So that will push us up to 18 gems a turn. But yeah, our gem income is pretty ridiculous at this point. 27 nature, 16 death, 11 astral. Wish that was better. 17 earth, and then we have 2 Troll Kings, and I believe Troll Kings, do they generate their own gems? No, they do not generate their own gems. Still, 17 is very, very high. 12 air, wish that was much better as well, but we've about searched as much as we can, and 11 fire gems. In that site, that solar circle, this is a fire site if anyone wanted to see it. And we'll go ahead and look at what we're casting. And yes, I do have the Ivy King now. My mistake that I spoke about on the previous turn. And if you want to see the other unit here, this is the Tree Lord that I made by mistake. So I guess it breaks us in the blood, I guess. I'm not sure. But we'll go ahead and look at the scripting for this. So we have Storm and a lot of air elementals being cast. We're also casting Mist. We're casting Serpent's Blessing and Mass Protection in Howl. Being a nature 4, he should be able to cast all those. Maybe not Howl. Well, definitely these two, since they're just fatigue cost of 100 and they're both level 3. That one's a level 3 and that one's a level 4. So being at a level 4 himself, he should drop down relatively fast while the battle's still going, and then be able to cast Howl later on in the later turns of the battle. Fog Warriors being cast here. Summon Air Elementals being cast. Grip of Winter, this is it says the entire battlefield is hardened by enormous cold. The cold quickly renders all units on the battlefield unconscious. This is the cold fatigue spell. Like you have Grip of Winter and you have Heat from Hell. The Heat from Hell is the heat version of this, basically. So trying to definitely get him on fatigue. And then we also have a Troll King coming in to cast Earthquake. It will definitely kill all the skeletons he casts. Earthquake, it takes a casting time of 200, so we'll at least take out at least 1 or 2 castings of Horde of Skeletons. It will take care of deal good decent damage to his Falchineers and elite warriors. So very very nice spell for us cast. Maybe we'll even be able to catch some communion slaves, possibly, but we will see. So very very cool, and that's as far as that goes. That's what that army has. But like I said, lots of communion slaves and masters coming in as far as the shamans go. I think we had them on cast. No, we didn't have on cast anything. We just gave them all 2 nature gems for some reason. But other than that, like I said, moving gems in if we need them, moving the Wailing Winds caster in, moving the anti-magic Arrow Fin caster in, and that one's casting Woven Winter. So we're casting Woven Winter on 37, and we're also casting Woven Winter on 41. I believe we've cast it in those provinces last turn just due to the fact of it already having cold temperature scales in it and it only being in spring. So I believe we've already been casting it. So pretty good on the western side here. And now we will look on the eastern front. We are casting Crumble onto that province instead of casting Earthquake in the army. We are moving one of our Holy Threes in, moving a lot of gems in if we need them. This is actually going to be our Grip of Winter caster. So we gave them some boots so he can get there in time. I don't think the Mammoths could have made it in time. Other than that, yeah, Arrowfin Anti-Magic. I probably could have cast Doom as well, but I would have given him more Astral Pearls, and even then, I think he would have fatigued out. He might not have been able to cast it. But as far as that goes, that's what's going in from there, and we will look at the main force here. So we have Sermon of Courage. We do have a Wailing Winds caster. Maybe I made that mistake of not knowing. But interesting. Maybe I just didn't notice. Maybe I just wanted to send an extra one in just in case. But we have a Communion Master here with casting Serpent's Blessing, Mass Protection, and Anti-Magic just in case if the other unit doesn't make it. Lots of birds here. I think all of our birds are on hold and attack rear, whereas the mammoths are on attack rear. So I definitely want them to be going first and fast, and the birds to wait a second so they can get their buffs. Yeah, this is the only one that has Divine Blessing because this actually it's the only prophet. Well, you can only have one prophet, of course, but this is the one that my army profits in. But this Communion Master here is on a Communion Master Howl. So we'll definitely be casting that. A very good one to have. Storm, and Mist, and then Air Elemental. I put a fair amount of Communion Slaves in here. Probably didn't mean as many as I had. This unit here is going to be casting Fog Warriors. Not sure, but I believe at that point I did some math on stuff. I don't exactly remember why I gave him the Crown of the Magi just to get a faster casting off on it. But I definitely wanted to get the Fog Warriors down as fast as I could. Here just more birds, Communion Slaves. So that is as far as that army goes. Definitely could have sent a lot of researchers in the air ones and had them on maybe like Hold, Summon Air Power, Thunderbolt, or Lightning Bolt. Had a lot of them on advance and cast spells. That probably was, could have been a good thing to use. But I didn't. And that will be it for that turn, I believe. Like I said, I did leave this army up here just due to the fact of them already being close. And they're going to be they're going to be the forces that are going to be attacking 55, 53 and 59. We see Ermor is sieging one of Satissa's forts at this point. And we're just kind of preparing ourselves to see what happens. So it should be a lot of fun, and this is turn 49, and so we will head over to turn 50. Not sure on how long this video will run, but I still wanted to get 4 turns done for the video. Am I casting anything else? No. Just making sure. Because I vaguely remember casting a few things, but... Okay. Very, very high income, looking at 5,100 gold per turn. Very, very high income. So very, very nice. Let's go ahead and end this turn and head over to turn 50, being the last turn of this episode. Let me check the time. So we're looking at 44 minutes, not too long. This video is probably going to last an hour. So lots of casting here. Our god is casting Twiceborn, Woven Winter, Locust Swarms. I thought I looked for that, but I almost was positive that it just said he was on Defend and not Locust Swarm. I could have came back and edited a turn, I believe. Woven Winter, Crumble. I will speak to you about what Locust Swarm does. Crumble being cast, Call of Winds, and then we have our Magic Phase Call of Winds attack here, and we lost. Very unfortunate we lost against Militia and City Guard, but I think I'm just cursed to not have these Call of Winds spells work for me, because we've had so many fail. Not too big of a deal, but still kind of a pain. So Rim Mountains. We'll just actually look through any of these battles. I don't think there's any major battles in these, and I'll just go through them fast. This is just one of our raiding forces, and most of these are going to be our raiding forces, of course. Raiding force, all winning. This is our major army moving on to a throne. And I believe I have enough endless bags of wine and other supply items that, I mean, we don't have to ever worry about supplies. We took Gladewood here, and that was the other throne. There was no PD on it. Took another province with a Mound King. Took another province with a raiding party. Very, very efficient raiding parties here. 19 Spirehorn Warriors and a commander. An Eagle King with a large raiding party, but that's just due to the fact of it's being led by Eagle King, and nobody wants to lose a 2-turn mage out of the capital. So definitely worth sending some extra units with him. Another Eagle King here raiding. Another raid of about 20 Spirehorn Warriors and a commander, so it went very, very well. Let's not watch that. Hold on. And then we have a battle here in Agartha, so let's see what happens. Looks like Helheim. Yep, Helheim is breaching the fort here. Lots of skeletons in the front. Mercenaries, I think. Mercenaries here. Some herdmen. No, those are Hurstcarls. Nergad. Yep, this is a mercenary, I think. Could be wrong. And almost look like these here might be mercenaries too. Not sure. All your hell herdlings, all of your mages, all of your herdsmen. And it looks like this is just mercenary chaff too, maybe just to help him siege down the fort. Well, lots of Hedrodots here. Lots of hell herdlings back here as well in a square formation. Let's see if his units actually have gems on them. Don't know why he has all those air gems. I am seeing more gems than I was before, so he was definitely carrying them on somebody. Yeah, just about everyone has gems. Most of them do. Probably lots of air elementals. Maybe. I don't see any def gems. What is that right there? No. Okay. So, and then we will look at Agartha's army. Of course, they have these stone throw hurlers on the walls here, and they're also sacred. Very interesting. They have these very, very high hit point sacred units as their archers on the wall. Large amounts of magma children here. So many magma children. If anyone wanted to look at their stats, Flame Strike, they have Flame Shield, they have Heat 3 and Firepower. So many magma children. We have the Penumbrals. Kind of interesting units here, Life Drain. Are these the one that have poison? No, I don't think so. Don't remember which ones have poison. A Life Drain ability, 30 hit points, 0 protection, 10-10. Amphibian, cold resistance, poison resistance 25. These might be the poison cloud ones, but still, like I said, not sure. Ethereal, and they're stealthy. I didn't know they were stealthy. That's interesting. Lots of Alms right here. Lots of Mind Blast about to happen. And here we see our Bless being, or Garth's Bless being Revigoration +3, Regeneration, and then Combat Farcaster. Interesting. It's been a while since I've seen his Bless, and we see more than likely all of his researchers and things here, these Earth Readers and such. No, they don't have gems. And we see his Monolith. Sketchy being an Astral 4 Monolith. But Earth 4, Astral 4, Nature 3. Definitely vulnerable to Magic Duel, even though me nor Helheim are Magic Duel nations. But being as low as Astral 4 could be very dangerous. Lots of penumbrals and a square formation on this side. We see some hurlers here. Here we see the earth elementals, and then also we see some magma children. More than likely these magma children here were probably made cast this turn, and that's why they're in a square formation here instead of being in the line formation in the front. Pillar spine. Is this a hero? I don't remember. But he does have so many water gems. Interesting. I wonder what he's going to cast. We have more Earth Readers. What is that? A Air 1, Water 1, a Siren. Interesting. We have some Shaman here. Pretty cool. So they do have Astral Nation, or they do have Astral units. We have the Prophet. Earth 5, Nature 2, Water 1. Priest level 4. Nice. And then we have some Seal Guard, and this is these large sacreds. And then we just have ancient ones. This is the Ancient Lord, so this is a Ancient 1 commander. What else do we have? We have a Shadow Shear, interesting, with some pearls on. Makes me wonder what he's going to be casting. There's a few Mana Cores under Lightning's Cube. A lot more Earth Elementals in the back. And then here, no, this is the unit, the Living Mercury. This is the unit that has Poison Cloud. Interesting. Honestly enough, it probably wouldn't bother these units just due to the fact of them having regeneration. It would probably bother Cavern White. Never mind, these are undead. Thought these were the other ones. Interesting. But it's also interesting by the fact that they have a chill aura and they are put in the back. So that could be dangerous. I have not watched this battle yet. That's why I'm going over it so thoroughly. I just knew that it was going to happen. And this Living Mercury here in the middle is also kind of worrisome. But, I mean, all of his units here are sacred for the most part. So he shouldn't have to worry about, they should be able to regenerate faster than the Poison Cloud should affect them. But lots of sacreds here. Lots of sacreds here in the middle. Did not know about these Cavern Rights. Very interesting. Very interesting unit. And so many tramplers here. But I will stop talking and we will go ahead and well, I'm not going to stop talking, but I will go ahead and click play. So many spells being cast. Lots of Summon Earth Power, lots of Mist Forms, lots of, I'm sure they're casting Storm. Lots of Mind Blasts. And we just see they're probably just on attack closest. All these Flame Children here, so are the Penumbrals. Whereas these look like they're on hold and attack. Well, these are on hold and attack too. Lightning coming down, summoning water elementals. Lots of Phantasmal Warriors. We have the Hell Hurdlings coming in. All of the Magma Children are even running up on the walls. It's interesting that these units even get the Bless. Because they're sacred, of course. But Light of the Northern Star coming out. And that is what that Shadow Shear was casting. Very interesting. So that is going to turn all these shamans into Astral 2s. So it's going to be very, very nice. They're all going to be able to cast Mind Burn, things like that, or whatever they want to be casting. Let me turn him to Astral 4. Probably still has a few gems left, maybe casting Anti-Magic or Doom or something along those lines. Who knows? Lots of Mind Blasts. Not sure what the god has been casting. Haven't been paying attention. See some Summon Storm powers going up. So, might mean that Storm is coming? Or is it already happening? No, it hasn't happened yet. I know it's not up yet. But when it does come up, I mean, they'll be ready, I guess. We'll go ahead and click. So all of these chaff units that are in the battle here, or in the wall, they're going to be dealt with by the magma children for sure. And they're just clumping up here at the gate. All of these hell hurdlings, what's going on here? They're being paralyzed, probably from the alms. They have low magical resistance. Magical resistance 13, not that great, but still better than some things. Heavenly Strikes, Horde of Skeletons, Wind of Memories. Well, I see a lot of air elementals. I was sure that's what they were casting. Looks like Storm is up now. Yeah, Storm. Wrathful Skies is up. Foul Vapors is up. Member of the Closed Council. So something over here has cast Foul Vapors. And then the Frostfather has cast Wrathful Skies. So lots of Thunder Strikes coming down. I can see some Ghost Grips here and there being cast. So very interesting, very dangerous spells. But like I said, I still don't see Storm. Probably because you can't cast it in the cave. It's worth checking afterwards. I bet that's what it is. I bet you can't cast Storm in a cave, and I bet that's what Helheim was counting on when he was casting Wrathful Skies. Yes, this is dealing damage, but these units have regen. If they don't kill them in one shot, they'll be okay. These units are being clumped up there at the gate, so all these Hell Hurdlings are just sitting around. These very, very powerful spells coming down from the holy 3s and 4s that they have, just taking out this chaff units here. Now the Earth Elementals are coming in, looking to do some trampling, of course. And Earth Elementals have regen. Yep, they do have regen. Looks like the alms have ran out of ammo and they're coming in too. And it looks like these Hell Hurdlings are being dropped down here, or being chopped down. I'm telling you, these hurdlers, they're doing a great job on the wall. I see a lot of damage being dealt down here. So it looks like the Light of the Northern Star has fallen. Don't know if the Seer has routed at this point. It looks like some of Agartha's units are routing. There's a good chance one of these units... No, if they would have cast Wailing Winds, it would have shown up. Don't know why they haven't cast Wailing Winds. But all these skeleton shafts, they're just going to fall apart with these magma children. They're really going to stand no chance. Something got hit for a lot of damage there. How much ammo do these guys have? Only 5 ammunition. They're still firing. Lots of damage being dealt. 1,000 some damage. Final Rest. So undead. Foul Vapors is still up. This is probably dealing a lot of damage to these units back here. But, oh, they do have Poison Resistance 10, so they're probably not as bothered by it. I forgot they had Poison Resistance. These Hell Hurdlings, they're taking a beating, though. What was that got cast? See if I can lift it up a little bit, see a little bit going on. Dust to Dust. Healing Light, Lightning Bolt. Final Rest, Lightning Bolt. Lots of Lightning Bolts being cast. Phantasmal Warriors. Blade Wind. Yeah, it looks like Agartha is winning this battle. The chaff and undead of Helheim is just not holding up. The Hell Hurdlings can just not get through and get a critical amount of attacks onto a unit. They're just fighting like 1v1 magma children, and being size 3, I mean, they can get 2 to a square, but even then, the skeletons are moving in those squares and having very, very crappy units beside the Hell Hurdlings. Do the Hell Hurt? Yeah, okay, they do at least have magical weapons, so that will... No, they're not ethereal. For some reason, I thought they were ethereal. My bad. But either way, ooh, those alms are up at the front now. So losing some expensive units. A lot of these units are also catching on fire, but they do have regen. Yeah, don't want to lose those alms. Those alms are about 50 apiece, I think. Okay, so a few hell hurdlings getting a little bit closer into the gate, but I don't think they'll do well against the seal guard here. Let me scoot it up some. Put on double speed now. Most of the main spells have already been cast at this point. Just lightning bolts, horde of skeletons, and blade winds being cast now. Final rest. Yeah, the seal guard are just standing there at the wall, just holding everything back. We did lose a hurler there, and then, okay, Helheim's troops are routing. All of their mages are already gone. He's routing too, but he's fatigued out at this point. Their hell hurdlings are running away. Skeletons won't last long, and here they come. Okay. And that is it. Elgarther has won this battle and beat back Alm's major army. A very, very interesting battle there. And we will look at the battle report. So, Helheim's lost a chieftain, a captain. Those are mercenaries, I think. A dis. Those are 200 gold apiece. He lost his god. Very unfortunate. None of his Hendrots died. So, very lucky for him. He did not lose all those cap turns. Lost a Hercarl. Lost the Necromancer, did not lose his Queen of Undead, did not lose the Twixter, so that's very nice. Did not lose any Van Herses. He did lose 6 Vanjarl, so that sucks. He lost 53 Hell Hurdlings. Now this is capital only sacred, so that's very painful to lose. 14 Huskarls, 80 Undead, the Makata, 30 Mounted Herdmen, 50 gold apiece, painful. And then the Surgemen that were also mercenaries, 260 gold apiece for the Vanjarls, and he lost 6. 65 gold apiece for the Hell Hurdlings, and he lost 53. 25 apiece for the Huskarls. So, both very, very heavy losses on both sides. Gartha lost an Ancient Lord. Gartha lost 12 Earth Readers. They're at 185 gold apiece. Don't think he'll be making many more of them. Lost 6 Engravers, 70 gold apiece. Probably killing a lot of undead. Monolith dealing a lot of damage. Olm Sage, 175 gold apiece. Olm Spawn. Those must have been, no, I don't know if those were heroes or not. Those must have been heroes. It says 0 gold. Pale One, Shadow Seer, 150. I doubt he'll be getting any more of those since he can't make them out of his capital. Unfortunately, he only lost 1 Shaman, so that's decent. Lost a Siren. Lost 1 Hurler. Cavern Guard. Cavern Whites. Lost all of his Cavern Whites. Lost 10 Earth Elementals. It's only a third of the Earth Elementals he had. Lost 5 Great Olm, but they are 50 apiece. Lost 2 of the Living Mercuries, but I think they just went down a size. So, I mean, still has them. Lost 155 Magma Children. Oof. I forget the price ratio to Magma Children. I have to look it up. I mean, Magma Children, I think they're like cheap to make. I think they're like 5, or I think they're like 2 Fire Gems, and you get 5 Magma Children. Something like that. I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong. But I'm not too familiar with the Gartha. But I mean, losing 155, very painful. He lost all of them. Lost the Mana Cores, they didn't matter. Losing all the Penumbrals, those were his summons as well. At least he didn't lose any Seal Guard. Those were his beefiest troops that he had. But at the end of the day, Agartha did take the battle, and he's still alive. Definitely hanging in there, trying to make sure that Helheim knows he is not going down without a fight. Very awesome. So a few unexpected events, all bad ones. Great. We had a force, we had independents attack us, but we defeated them pretty easily. And then both of the forts have been breached. The fort on 37 and the fort on 41. At this point, we've taken everything on the sides except for the castle, which is important, but really, really nice if we were able to take that. I don't think he's going to be able to stop me from taking this throne, so I'm going to go ahead and claim it. And the same is going to be for 92. I'm going to go ahead and claim that with my god. Agartha's there, and then Helheim told me if I was going for a throne rush, he was just going to break his nap, but due to the fact of him losing his entire army, I had no worries there. So definitely storming this castle this turn. I expect him to move and try to hit me with these units here, but even then it's a rather small force, and I think we should be okay. But if there's any chance that we can stop them, and actually it's not going to stop them, we should just move these onto that fort. But yeah, that's going to be what's going on there. Casting Woven Winter on both of these again. One over here on 37, keeping it cold. One over here on 41, making sure it stays cold. And then we have other units casting Fires from Afar. We should have been, well, actually we don't have Evocation 9. Yeah, if we had Flames from the Sky, I'd definitely be casting that versus Fires from Afar, but we're just trying to deal as much damage as we can. Locust Swarms, and I'll show you what that does. It's something I just saw, and I was like, I'll cast it. Why not? So 8 gems, 3 nature required. Unrest plus 20, income minus 50%, reported as a random event, and we are hitting his capital. So, good chance is giving him 500 gold at this point, maybe 600, because Satis gets that income bonus, so that might be MA Satis, I'm not entirely sure. But either way, I mean, we know he went scales, so 50% off, even if that's like 300 gold or 200 gold, I mean, that's still a decent amount that he doesn't want to, not have right now. We see some armies out here, not too worried about them. So many sites in this province here. 1, 2, that doesn't count as any. 3, the Iron Mine's not going to count at 4, so it's just a 4 gem site, but it still has those other 2 sites with it. So it took every province around this throne, and we're just going to continue raiding. These 2 forces are going to be moving in or converging onto that throne there. This one's just raiding out, going to take that cave. And this one's going to go and try to take 4, being that forest. And then we are also storming over here. And like I said, nothing's going to change with our script. If you want me to scroll through it, I can. But it's going to be everything I spoke about in the last turn. Trying not to hold you guys here for much longer. Slave, Grip of Winter, Fog Warriors, Storm, Air Elementals, Advanced Cast Spells. I'm doing Power of the Spirits here instead. Just to go up 1 in all magic paths. But then Arrowfin and Doom. And then same as 4 over here. Elementals, Mist, Serpent's Blessing, Fog Warriors, Elementals, Grip of Winter, Spear, Doom, Anti-Magic, Earthquake. And we will see what we do, of course, or see how we do. I'm probably doing some stuff with these mages here, but might have had my turn on unfinished. I'm moving some more troops over to 135 just to get some more units in there. And then same, well actually we're not moving any 92. I feel pretty confident we can definitely keep that along with 141. So that is what we are doing. And that is going to be the end of turn 50 and the end of the episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I know this was a long one, but we definitely had a lot of stuff to go over. I'll catch you again on the next one, and you'll have to come back and see what happens with the throne. See you guys. Bye.